Hey there, StarCraft fans, it's Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft 2. It's going to be a Patreon cast. Yeah, uThermal and ShoWtimE are not a patron of mine, but Rocket is, and he wanted to cast me a uThermal versus ShoWtimE replay. So here we are. It's going to be a little bit older because I don't think they've played each other for a while now. So top left, it's going to be uThermal under a Smurf name Mark J, but not much of a Smurf name. In the bottom right, it's going to be ShoWtimE under his ShoWtimE name. So here we are on Gresvan. Not currently in the map pool, but a good map nonetheless. Okay, so gas coming up. We got a barracks coming up here. Maybe it's going to be a Reaper, maybe not. And, ooh, we got ourselves a gateway coming up here with gas. So both players respect each other very, very much. No command center first play, no nexus first play here on Gresvan. And, ooh, a double gas opening on one base here from uThermal. Interesting. It's going to be, it's going to be a Cyclone. Going to be maybe mass Cyclones here against ShoWtimE. So, ShoWtimE does scout it. Ooh, maybe a proxy starport. Maybe a proxy factory and a proxy starport here from uThermal. Interesting. All right, so early aggression here from uThermal. Reaper on the way. Oh, so one gate expand timing into Cybernetics Core is ShoWtimE's build here. So, ShoWtimE does not see a factory coming up because it's all the way over here at the bottom right side of the map here on Gresvan. One base play here against an expansion from your Protoss opponent. Warp gate not being chrono boosted, but a stalker is. And a proxy factory here as well. What? Two different proxy locations for these factories. All right, man. All right, uThermal. Let's go ahead and see. And we got ourselves an armory. Lifting up the factory and landing it inside ShoWtimE's base, but Stalker is there to shoot the floating factory away. Is this like a Hellbat timing of some kind? This is such a weird game, man. And yeah, if you're a patron of mine at patreon.com/FalconPaladin for $10 a month, then you can send me any replay once a month and I'll cast it, no questions asked. It doesn't have to be your replays. And it doesn't have to, you don't have to send me an exact replay. This stalker. Yeah, there we go. It can just be a player that you want me to cast, right? Right, okay. Boom, boom. All right, what are we doing here, friends? What's the play? Yeah, man, it's Hellions and it's an armory, so it's gotta be some kind of nutso Hellbat thing we're doing. Are Hellbats good against Stalkers? Like, what are we doing right now? I mean, we're not even turning these guys into Hellbats. We're just sniping down individual probes. Hellions all over the place, causing all sorts of issues, making Reapers too. Reaper Hellion shenanigans continuing to happen here. ShoWtimE has lost some probes, not great. Forward pylon thrown up by ShoWtimE here. I mean, what's the armory for, man? Was he planning on doing something else? And he's like, no, this will be fine. He is fighting Stalkers with Reaper Hellion. This makes no sense at all. uThermal, you're a crazy man. He's got his own YouTube channel, too, so check him out on the link in the description. But, like, dude, what is happening right now? This is crazy. Come on, he says. I want an extra Hellion. I do, but then it dies anyway because it gets trapped. I mean, probably better not to finish that thing. But, okay, now Hellbat fighting Stalker. I mean, maybe worse? Dude, these Reapers are picking off probes like crazy. On the other side of it, there is a probe inside uThermal's base that ShoWtimE has tossed up too. There's a Warp Prism. There we go. Warp Prism exists. 28 to 23 workers. I think ShoWtimE just shows up, warps in a bunch of Stalkers, And by a bunch, I mean 2. He's got 2 stalkers that he can warp in at a time. He's only got 2 gateways. This is the weirdest. Okay, now we can one volley down Reapers. Okay, so we walk these stalkers over. We warp in what we can. And we push. And I think, I don't, no idea. I have no idea why Thermal tried this. I think it's over though, guys. I don't see this. Yeah, Mass Stalker is not a viable strategy against Protoss, or Mass Reaper. Not a viable strategy against Protoss because, Stalkers exist? Like, I don't know. Also, making an Immortal would be kind of killer here, too. Immortals are not good. Oh, hang on, hang on. We're going to try to trap these guys on the ramp, but the Warp Prism is making sure the trap does not happen. Yeah, and Hellbats are slow, and they're light. They're not taking bonus damage here from these Stalkers. Look at this Warp Prism Micro on display. This is so weird. He's Warp Prism Microing his face off right now. KD8 charge is knocking stuff back. 6 SCVs have died. All the Stalkers died except for the 3 inside the Warp Prism here. And I'm assuming they're all pretty gosh darn injured, and they are. So maybe just warp in a couple more, maybe another couple warp gates. Yeah, exactly. More warp gates, researching Blink on his own. A Thor's in production. uThermal, you madman. I don't understand. Thor's against Protoss? Why? Yeah, I need to cast more uThermal, apparently. This guy is doing the weirdest stuff at the highest level. What is this? The Thor's, what? The Thor's over here. Oh, because he made it in that proxy factory. The Thor's crushing the probes. Absolutely crushing the probe count. But on the other side, the Stalkers are unopposed. Are we base racing? No! uThermal taps out. ShoWtimE gets the win in game 1 of our sneaky twofer. What an insane game. Yeah, Thor dies because Stalkers do bonus damage to Thors, unlike these probes that do not do bonus damage to Thors. Yeah, worker count 35 to 9. All these SCVs dying. Trying to give a hug of death there, but yeah, really probably should have been fighting the Stalkers rather than fighting the probes there. But the shield battery's a problem. Yeah, all right, that's it. There's nothing left over for uThermal here. He has a Thor. I guess one popped out. Yeah, so he's got a second one that he's building. I just don't get it, man. Look. There's a reason we don't see mech against Protoss. It's because Stalkers and Immortals exist. That's it. So trying to go even Hellion, which is mech, against Protoss doesn't make any sense. Hellions don't do any damage against Stalkers. Oh, look at this little fun frame of animation there. Right? I mean, Thors do terrible against Immortals and Stalkers, and Charge Lots are really good against Thors too. So, like, what is this? What is this play? uThermal's like, I'm trying something out. It didn't work. No, I could have told you it wouldn't work. This is the weirdest game, man. So game 1, resources lost 2,600 to 4,200. Thor went down 25 SCVs, died 26. Probes died, but there are 24 probes at the end of the game because ShoWtimE has 2 bases. And uThermal technically has 2 bases, but not really. But yeah, 25 SCVs, 5 Hellions, 5 Hellbats, 11 Reapers. Like, what are we doing with Reapers here? Do we think it's going to be some kind of a mass zealot opening? Slow zealots from ShoWtimE? This would do really well against a mass zealot opening, but no, you're going to make Stalkers. Why? I don't understand. No Widow Mines either, which would have been, I think, maybe better than the Reapers. But yo, so that's game 1. Let's see if game 2 is any better for our guy uThermal. But man, he entertained us. I'll give him that. Game 2, we're an Ancient Cistern. Top right, ShoWtimE. Bottom left, uThermal. Let's see if he does something super weird again, because, I don't know. Maybe he does stuff, just does weird stuff against ShoWtimE. Maybe he feels like he can't beat ShoWtimE unless it is weird stuff. I don't know. ShoWtimE is a very terrifying Protoss player, the best Protoss in the European region. That is certainly the case, but man... Hellions and Reapers, dude, and Thors. The 3 units that are super bad against Protoss. That's another proxy here from uThermal. All right, man. So, getting the gas. Cool. Is he just going to get... I mean, this is a spot he's hiding it. He's done a good job hiding his proxies, but look at this probe. This probe's like, I know I know you're hiding something from me, Sir uThermal. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That position is absolutely filthy from uThermal. To be able to get in there and be like, okay, if I put it right here, this probe will take this path and not see it, but get very close to seeing it. This is why you probe scout fast, because you're like, okay, if it's a proxy, I need to know about it. So you probe scout fast, you show up, you're like, oh, no barracks at home? Is there also double gas? There sure is. So in that case, what this tells me is proxy. So it's a proxy Reaper. This is why you don't go gate into expand. You go gate Cybercore expand in situations like this, where it's a proxy right off the bat. Cybernetics core coming in, bunker on the way. That's exactly, yes, proxy Reaper looking good. Okay. So, we're going to try to complete this bunker. ShoWTIME's job is to make sure that doesn't happen. Because it's not like it's a game over thing if this bunker gets up. I mean, Reapers aren't exactly like the most powerful units in the entire world. And yeah, see, ShoWTIME isn't like panic pulling extra guys to make sure this doesn't happen. It's annoying, but it's not like a win, you know? It's not an automatic win condition. Whereas if it was a proxy with like Marines in it, ooh, good snipe on that probe too. Nice job, Reaper. Oh, don't die though. Your job is to not die. Your job is to sit in this bunker and heal up. Excellent. Very good. Back home, factory coming in. Maybe a Cyclone would be nice. Man, a second Reaper. Oh, it's a concussive shell Marauder follow-up. Dude, Hearthstone had a series of videos where he went concussive shell Marauder on ladder, the GM ladder on EU. And had a lot of success with it, especially against Protoss and Terran. Not so much against Zerg, for obvious reasons. But, yeah. I mean, concussive shell Marauder rush against Protoss is kind of unfair. Like, this is crazy. I love that uThermal's pulling this out. This, Marauders against Protoss? Yes. Hellions and Reapers and Thors against Protoss? No. Okay, so this bunker is going to have to get salvaged. 3 Stalkers, a little bit too much. He's not even going to salvage it. He just lets it die. And then the concussive shell Marauders show up. Oh, gosh. And a Hellion just for good measure. Oh, my gosh. Insane. Insane plays. Probes dying. The slow is good. The shield battery is good, too. But more Marauders are coming in. SCV dies, tragically for him. Hellion's trying to make a run by, go for those probes. Nope, they get stopped. They are back down. They're fighting here. Shield battery's kind of a big deal right now. Insanely big deal, but you can drain all the energy off of that shield battery by getting big hits off with the Marauders. So falling back a little bit, waiting for another one to show up. This is not like a multiple... This is, man, I feel like 2 racks proxy Marauder would be better than adding these Hellions in. Like, what are these Hellions for? I guess maybe they're for the probes. If the probes get all frisky, shield battery overcharges pop. That buys the time. That is a time-buying scenario. It does allow time for uThermal to make more Marauders, but it also buys time for more probes to be made, more economy to come in from ShoWTIME, more Stalkers to get warped in. Like, this is great. Oh, and then an Oracle shows up. Oh, no. Well... okay. There's nothing that shoots up. But Oracle runs out of energy now. Okay. Okay. Tiny window where this works. Before Oracle can do magic again. Marauders. Stim. Ooh, yeah. Stim's... no, it's not done. Never mind. No stim, but Stalker's dying. Dude, what's the answer to Oracle is the question. Void Ray. What's the answer to Void Ray is the question. Dude, I mean, he's absolutely crushing the ground army here, but the Void Ray kills everything that there is. Dude, I think uThermal just taps out. He's just like, well, this Void Ray and this Oracle are the answer to all things that I have right now. Shooting up is for lesser people. And he's making a Viking, so he's going to try to deal with the Void Ray and the Oracle that way. Meanwhile, Oracle beelining across the map, because is there anything to shoot me? No, maybe? Ooh, there is a Viking. Okay, so yeah, Viking. Man, Viking Oracle micros? Crazy. Oracle survives, but is not happy about it. Probably going to have to leave one of the Vikings back home, but you also want to send it across to kill that Void Ray. 2 Void Rays now. Ugh, this is such a dicey situation. This is a crazy dicey situation. Viking pops, another Viking's on the way. I mean, reactoring that starport might not be a bad idea. Oh, we're expanding? Sure. Sure, why not? Dude, this shield battery back here is putting in so much work. Putting in so much work. There it is. Pops another overcharge. Hellbats get inside the mineral line. A couple probes die. But these Void Rays are just like, look, guys, you're very cute. You are. But another medevac dies. And this is just hopeless. It's a hopeless scenario for uThermal, at least what he's doing now. If he shows up with like enough Vikings to deal with these Void Rays, then sure. Different plays, absolutely. But my gosh, this game. This is, I don't know. Is this weirdest game? I've been posting a lot of weird games recently, man. I posted a Dark vs. Mario game that was a bonkers one. We've got another one coming up between Cyril and Olivero that's crazy interesting, too. Coming up. But, man, what a... Alright, so now the Stalkers cover the Void Rays, and the Void Rays kill everything else, and, well, it's not looking particularly great for our non-standard player, uThermal. Vikings are like, I do bonus damage to mechanical, and ShoWTIME's like, I don't care, and that's a GG. Yo, what is this? What is this? What a crazy twofer that was. One of the craziest twofers I've ever done on the channel. I cannot believe it. And ShoWTIME's like, Void Rays and Stalkers? You heard of them? I mean, at least uThermal went for the proxy Marauder stuff. I still think double proxy Marauder with concussive shell is better than adding Hellions into the mix. I really do. You don't have to worry about the probes that much. You can slow them as they try to chase you, and it's awesome. So I don't get it. I really don't get why uThermal's trying to make Hellions work in this matchup. They do not work. I mean, for run-bys and stuff, yeah, but they can't be part of your primary comp when you are attacking all in off of one base. They're just not going to get a ton of value there. So sure, he killed 15 probes. That's great, but it's 39 to 26 workers. Same problem from game 1. ShoWTIME has 2 Nexuses. uThermal has 1 command center. 7 Hellions and 3 Hellbats died. I don't know if they got as much value as they needed to. The Marauders are great until the Oracle popped out and then the Void Ray started showing up. I'm just astounded. So either Proxy Marauder with Concussive Shell or like Proxy Marines. Show up with 12 Marines. They'll do well against the Stalkers. You're not going to make Void Rays if your enemy's pumping Marines at you. That's for sure. They can shoot up. They're great that way. So, GG. What a fun little sneaky twofer that was. Like, thank you so much to Rocket for suggesting that I cast some uThermal stuff. I'm going to be honest. I wasn't... I wasn't planning on casting any uThermal anytime soon, so that's cool. That's cool we got there. So, GG. That's going to be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft 2. It's going to be ShoWTIME and uThermal and some weird stuff. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe if you like what you saw, what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch. Also Instagram and TikTok these days. All at /Falcon Paladin. Sometimes /Falcon.Paladin if you're on Instagram, because there's another /Falcon Paladin out there, which is fun. But yeah, until next time, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.